Hi y'all, it's Christina with Stina Resells. I am a part-time reseller on both Poshmark and eBay. And today I am recapping the second of two boxes that I unboxed in the video right up here, which was a Rent The Runway rescue box that I did last year. I unboxed two boxes that day, and so I recapped the first one last week, and I will link that video up here if you want to watch it, if you didn't watch the first half already. This is the second half, so this will be the recap of the second box, and we'll kind of see which box ended up doing better for me. I love these boxes, and they are no longer on the ThredUP website anymore, so I don't know if they're coming back. If they do, I will definitely buy them. You get 10 pieces that are retired pieces from Rent The Runway for $100. So the cost of goods per item is $10. Most of the items, or a lot of the items, end up typically having some damage to them, so you have to be prepared for that going into the box. But I find personally, and I'm not a big person that fixes stuff, okay? I'm not miss like rehab items. I do on some that are worth it, but in general, I don't have the time or expertise to put into those to rehab them. But I do do pretty well on this box even without doing a lot of repair. So I feel like the brands that are thought out enough that people are willing to take a damaged item and repair it themselves. And that's why these boxes have done so well for me. So anyway, that's my little tidbit. Wish they would come back. We'll see if they ever do. But we will get into the box. So the first item that was in the box was a Timo, or by Timo, tulip dress. I loved this dress. It was very silky. It was long. Had kind of a wrap look to it. So pretty. I was like in my mind thinking like, this is like the perfect spring, summer, or like vacation dress. So if that would have been in my size, I would have kept it. But anyway, that sold pretty quickly for me on Poshmark. Sold for $45, and then after the fees and everything were taken out, I got $36 from that. This dress did not have any damage to it. It was in really good shape, so that one sold very quickly. I probably could have gotten more for it, but sometimes when people send me an offer, if I don't have a lot into the item, then I'll just go ahead and accept it, because that's how I roll over here. The second item that was in the box was a Eula Johnson blouse. It had kind of a boho vibe to it. It's white with kind of, not paisley, but it had kind of this paisley-esque feel to it, in like navy and brown. And then it had kind of these tassels, for the tie at the top. This sold also very quickly, on eBay. It was an international sale for $65. The next item that was in the box was by the label August or August. I don't know, because it's got an E on the end, so I'm not really sure how to say it. But I have actually found this brand thrifting before. So I've sold this piece before. It doesn't sell necessarily for the highest, but typically they're very feminine pieces that have like a floral print. This one was a little bit different than the normal ones that I see. It was bright red. It had kind of a very wide, I don't want to call it a bell bottom, but it had a very wide like leg at the bottom, and it had little tiny flowers all over it. So that one took a little bit longer to sell than I kind of thought that it would. That did end up selling on eBay for $25. The next item that was in the box, but it was by the brand Cool, was a windbreaker, kind of a color block windbreaker with blue, different blues, maybe some pink on the zipper. I'm trying to remember. I don't know. I have the picture up here, so I'm sure you can see. That one got a lot of interest, and I kept thinking this thing is going to sell fast, and it didn't. It did eventually sell on eBay for $44. The next item in the box, it was so cute. It was by Central Park West. It was a sweater, and I believe it was it cashmere? I don't know. I think it was cashmere. But it was like a red and black almost leopard print or animal print sweater. I think it had like some splotches of like a hot pink throughout. I was so excited to list this because I thought it was going to sell really quickly because it was really cute. However, when I went to photograph it, it was full of holes. I mean, full of holes. You couldn't really tell until you really start to stretch the material, and it was just everywhere. So like when I would stick my hand in the sleeve and just do this, like you could just see right through it. It was terrible. I was so disappointed about that. So I ended up donating that piece, which probably ended up as scrap somewhere, but I was so sad I didn't get to list that. I do have a picture because I was planning to list it until I realized how damaged it was. That was $0 for that item. The next item that was in the box was by the brand Sailor. It was this pastel, like pinks, greens, blues, yellows, kind of knitted pullover that had a little zip up by the collar. Super cute piece. The problem with this one was there was a big hole in the back. So that one I actually did mend myself, y'all. And it looked real good. I was super proud of myself. I did, of course, take close-up pictures of my mending job and made sure people knew that it was repaired. That sold on Poshmark for $20, and so my cut of that was $16. The next item that was in the box was by the brand Giovanna Nicolai. I had never heard of this brand before, and it's a very pretty like silk blue blouse that has like white flowers on it. I was actually pretty excited when I unboxed this because I think the piece is really pretty. However, I didn't realize until I photographed it, it is missing all but one button, which you kind of find in these boxes sometimes. Sometimes they will use a piece for spare parts when they are repairing other pieces. So that one has just been sitting in my closet. It hasn't sold. It's a $0. I have considered, because I have in my mind that I'm actually going to put new buttons on it. I have not done it yet because, you know, I'm busy. So I haven't done it. But it is sitting in my closet. I still have it listed. Hopefully at some point I'll get around to repairing that and I can pass that on to another home. But for now, that one is a $0. The next item that was in the box, this sale kind of took me by surprise a little bit because I was not familiar with the brand, was by the brand Nanushka. And when I opened this box, I mentioned this in the last video, when I opened the box, I think it was the summer, like it was in winter, and I was getting a lot of like winter pieces in the box. And so I was kind of concerned that those weren't really going to sell quickly. This one sold right away. It was a crop sweater, which I also think is a little unusual if you're buying a sweater that you would buy one that's cropped, but I'm not super in style all the time, so I don't know. But this one was super soft. It definitely had that going for it. Obviously, the brand is searched out. That sold on eBay for $85, so I was very excited about that. The next item in the box was by the brand Paco Rabanne, and it was a t-shirt, which I was a little surprised because I've never gotten a tee in a box, one of these boxes before. It had a graphic print. It was a black shirt. It had like a graphic print on the front, and then it had a really interesting manipulation to the material of the t-shirt toward the bottom where it looked like it was crisscross, like messed up. I don't know. It was kind of weird. When I was looking at it, when I first unboxed it, I was thinking, this is like really cool. And if I wore a shirt that had this type of manipulation to it, people would just think that my shirt was messed up. So God bless those of you who can pull off that kind of stuff. This sold pretty quickly on Poshmark for $45, and so I made $36 off of that. The last item in the box was one I was also super excited about. It was this really cute, by the way, in great condition, because a lot of these are not in good condition, leather jacket by All Saints. All Saints, for me, gets searched out quite a bit. I find that people are looking for it. And it was this really cute pink leather, kind of like moto coat. Like I said, in perfect condition. The leather was so soft. I had it listed pretty high, and I think I probably could have gotten close to what I listed it for, but someone sent me an offer right away for $100, and I just went ahead and took it. So I made $80 off of that coat. My sister-in-law was super jealous because it wasn't her size. She really wanted it. She's like, it's like my dream to have this coat. And it wasn't her size. So sorry, B, sorry. Anyways, so the total cost of this box for me was $100. That's how much the cost of the box is. The total revenue of the items that I have sold from the box, because I do have one item that still isn't sold, and then I have another item that I had to get rid of, the one with all the holes in it. So there's 2 items that haven't sold from this box. The last box, I still have 3 that haven't sold. But my total revenue from the items that have sold is $429. And then when you subtract out the fees, and then the cost of the box, my total profit on this box was $287. So when you're looking at the boxes side by side, if you watch the last video and then you look at this video, these came from the same distribution center. I ordered them on the same day. The first box I have made about $200 off of, and the second box I made about $300 off of. Now, that being said, the first box, I have 3 items that haven't sold, but in the second box, I have 2. So I don't know. I feel like that second box, just with having that leather jacket and then Anushka sweater, that really put me over the top with this box. So anyways, you guys can see why I love these boxes so much. I really appreciate you joining me so much for these recaps. It's interesting for me to see how I do on all of these boxes that I unbox for you guys. If you enjoy this kind of content and you're not subscribed to the channel, please do so. It helps the channel so much. And if you enjoy the video, make sure to give me a thumbs up. I will see you guys later this week for another ThredUP Rescue Box unboxing. Bye.